What's up, everybody? This is actually for anyone looking to purchase a used Tesla Model S. I have one here behind me that I purchased January of last year, and I'm going to tell you the first things I did with it, what you should look out for, and just kind of tips that you should know if you're in the market for one. So let's begin with what I consider to be the most important topic, especially if you want to use full self-driving one day, which is side cameras. Now, the biggest difference between a 2017 and up versus a 2016 and below is going to be the side camera. Now, if it's a 2016 and below, this will just be a metal plate with a Tesla logo on it. If it's a 2017 and up, this will be a camera. And what that allows you to do is to use the most modern version of full self-driving. So this car right here has the MCU2 upgrade, which we'll get to in a second. And that means that I am using version 12.5.4, the newest full self-driving that they have that came out this year. This is a 8-year-old car that is using software that just came out this year, and it's all possible because of these cameras. So keep that in mind when you're looking to buy a used Model S. You really want 2017 and up. Another thing people will notice a lot of times on older Model S's is that the screen will delaminate. So I'm talking about the screen on the dash and the center screen right here. So if you notice some kind of bubbling around the edges, and it could occur here on the dash, but it could also occur here on the 17-inch vertical. So it will typically begin here on the top and kind of work its way down. If you notice that, that means that you need a new MCU. And how much a new MCU will cost is around $1,750. And if you want the FM radio, then that's going to be another $500 tacked onto that. So about $2,300 altogether. I did not get the FM upgrade. For me, it was around $1,800 altogether. And what's cool about the MCU2 upgrade is that everything is going to be faster here. The web browser is going to load a lot faster. It's going to fix all of your delamination issues because they actually will replace this entire screen, and they're going to replace this entire screen as well. So if you have any delamination on this or that, all of that will be solved when you go and get an MCU2 upgrade, which I definitely recommend. Without it, you will not be able to upgrade to the newest version of full self-driving, which to me was important. So another thing that you definitely want to look at when you buy a used Model S are the tires. Now, the Model S is known for wearing the inside of the tires, the inner toe, more than the outside. So just by looking at the outside, you would think, oh, my tires are just fine. They look great. And that's what I thought too. But then I got a flat tire one day out of nowhere. Luckily, I was next to my friend's tire shop, so it wasn't a big deal, but that could have marooned me out in the middle of nowhere. As you know, there are no spare tires on this car. So if you get a flat tire, if you wear it down to the metal and you get a flat, you're done. You're toast. You have to wait for a tow truck to come get you, a flatbed. And anyway, so what you really want to look into is the wear of the tires. Because on the outside, it's going to look all good. It's going to look just fine. But what you really need to do is get yourself on the inside here and make sure that the inside of the tire looks nice and doesn't have too much wear. Now, if you notice a lot of wear on the inside of those tires, what you're going to want to do is get an alignment immediately. I mean, to be honest, that should be the first thing that you do when you get this used Model S, is do an alignment on it. Because more likely than not, the alignment is out of whack. I bought mine with 85,000 miles on it. So of course it was due for an alignment. And when I got there and he showed me how out of aligned everything was, I was blown away. Not surprising that I chew through my tire. And now these cars will already chew through your tire quite a bit. Due to the smart air suspension, the car will lower itself when it goes over about 55 miles per hour. And so what happens when it does that is it's actually sitting on the inside of the tire. So your tires will wear faster with this smart suspension setup. So that's just something to keep an eye on. I replaced all 4 tires not long ago. And you know what, they actually look pretty good. Maybe you can see it there. Here's the other tire. And they look pretty good. So I think that as long as you keep up with the alignment, as long as you can make sure that the alignment is nice and even, the camber isn't off, then you should be okay and you won't have to go through so many tires. But it's just something to keep an eye on. If you don't, you will be going through a lot of tires with this vehicle. It's a very heavy car, and because of that, it takes a lot of PSI, and because of that, it just wears a little bit faster. So Model 3 and Model Ys don't really have this issue. It's really just the heavier vehicles. Last thing I want to leave you guys with is that you may not know this, but this car was uncorked. And if you haven't heard about that before, that means that at one point, Elon made a post saying that pretty much all these Model S's are capable of going faster than what we shipped them out to do. And so if you have a particular Model S, like mine's a 75D, it was eligible for uncorking. And what that did is shave like a fraction of a second off my 0 to 60 time. So now my 0 to 60 time is 4.2 seconds. I think it was like 4.5 or 4.6 before. So it's not a huge deal, but it's like a free upgrade, you know, and what you have to do is pretty much take it to a Tesla service center. You have to tell them that you know about the uncorking and that that's what you want them to do. You might get a little bit of pushback because they don't really make money on uncorking your car. It's kind of annoying for them. So you want to be very nice and kind when you ask your local Tesla service rep about uncorking, and you want to formulate the message in the right way. I actually have a script that I use, and I'm going to include it. If anyone's interested, just let me know and I'll send you what I sent to Tesla, and they were pretty cool about it after that. They uncorked my car pretty quickly. And so now my car's a little faster for no money down. So I thought that was pretty cool. But not all Model S's are eligible for it. I know that the 75D is, that's a 2017 75D, but you may need to look into it for your particular Model S. And if you guys were wondering, that is a black satin PPF wrap on the car. So as a 10-year warranty, it's actually a gray vehicle, but with that satin black wrap, you would never know. It's not vinyl. Vinyl does not last very long. And I left the chrome exposed. I thought it was a nice accent. And then I also got the windows tinted. This is all illegal, by the way, so don't do what I did. This is like 50% up here, which is definitely illegal. You're not supposed to have any windshield tint in California, but a lot of people do. Very sunny out here. This is 70%, I believe. No, because that would mean that I let 70% of the light come through. So this must be 30% because it's darker than the windshield. So I got 50 up there, meaning that 50% light comes through. I have 30 here, meaning that 30% light comes through. And then the back is all limo tint, which is 5%. So only 5% of the light actually comes through to this car right here. And this is ceramic tint, meaning that it has heat rejection properties to it. So what's really nice is that my car doesn't really get all that hot outside, parked in the sun. And then up top, there is actually a different type of tint on the sunroof, which came from the factory, and that's just metallic tint. So yeah, it's all metallic tint on the sunroof, ceramic tint right here, and then on the windows and windshield. So if you guys have any questions about buying a used Model S, I'm a huge fan of mine. I absolutely love it. I could talk about it for a long time. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to point you guys in the right direction. I've been a big fan of Tesla for a long time. I've now owned this car for about a year, and I'm just even more of a fan. So, oh, and you know what's the best part? If you're a one-wheel owner, check this out. So I have my one wheel right here, and I bring this thing everywhere with me. And what I love about this car is that it was made for the one wheel. So check this out. Wow, look at that. Perfect fit. Yeah, so if you own a one wheel and you're looking for a great car, you just found it.